You know, starting college was supposed to be the most exciting time of my life. I had always dreamed of leaving my small town and exploring the world. But when I finally got the chance, it turned into the most terrifying experience I've ever had. So I arrived at this college in the city, this massive, bustling place that was so different from where I grew up. I was nervous, but also really excited. I mean, this was the start of something new, something big. But from the moment I stepped onto the campus, I felt off. The buildings were old, like really old, with these ancient-looking bricks and ivy crawling up the sides. There was something eerie about them, like they held secrets that no one wanted to talk about. But I figured it was just nerves, you know? A new place, a new life. Of course, it's going to feel weird at first. My dorm room was in this old building at the far edge of the campus. It was small, nothing fancy, just a bed, a desk, and a wardrobe. But what really got to me was the window. It was small and dirty, and it faced this abandoned building. I couldn't figure out why they'd put students in a room that looked out onto something so creepy. The building was falling apart, practically crumbling, and clearly hadn't been touched in years. It looked like the kind of place you'd see in a horror movie where bad things happen. But I told myself to stop being silly. It was just an old building. Nothing more. That first night, though, I couldn't sleep. I kept feeling like something was watching me. The room felt so cold, and I started hearing these strange noises, like whispers and footsteps. And then there was this scratching sound coming from the window. I was terrified, but I didn't want to freak out on my first night, so I got up, closed the curtains, and tried to ignore it. But the scratching got louder, more desperate, like something was trying to get in. My heart was pounding, but when I finally forced myself to look out the window, there was nothing there, just that abandoned building staring back at me. Over the next few days, things just kept getting worse. I started seeing these shadows in my room, dark, quick flashes of movement out of the corner of my eye. Every time I turned to look, they'd disappear. But I knew they were there. I tried telling my friends, but they just laughed it off. They said it was stress, or maybe I was just homesick. But I knew it was something more. I could feel this dark presence, always lurking, always watching. It was like the shadows were alive, waiting for the right moment to show themselves. Then, one night, I woke up with this horrible feeling. I couldn't move. I was completely paralyzed with fear. And I could feel it. Something was sitting at the foot of my bed. I couldn't see it, but I could feel its weight, its coldness. I was too scared to even breathe. I just lay there, frozen, until suddenly it was gone. The room was quiet again, but I couldn't shake the feeling that it was still there, just out of sight, waiting. The next morning, I didn't even hesitate. I packed up my things and left. I didn't care about classes or what people would think. I just knew I couldn't stay in that room any longer. As I walked away, I felt this huge sense of relief, like I was finally free from whatever had been haunting me. But I still think about it sometimes. I wonder what it was. Was it a ghost? A demon? Or was I just losing my mind? I don't know, but I do know that I never looked back, and I never, ever returned to that college. So, yeah, what was supposed to be the start of this amazing adventure turned into a nightmare I'll never forget. Sometimes the places we go to have their own stories to tell, and not all of them are happy ones.